Yeah, hello, welcome to this broadcast. No, you're not late today, Scheveningen. Yeah, hello to all of you in the chat. There's a question right away. Can you recommend a book or DVD about the King's Indian Makagonov, especially the exchange? No. There is a book by what's his name? Grievous, I think. Beating the Fianchetto defenses or so, but it's rather outdated. So it's not that great, I think. It has the exchange, but it's not such an exciting line anyway, the exchange variation. I've played it a bit. It's not that brilliant. Yeah, okay, so answered that question, and again, hello to all of you. I'm going to play a couple of 5-minute games, and I haven't played a game today, so will be a bit too tricky. I hope I'm warming up quickly. Let me readjust the screen a little bit. Okay, playing Maradona here. This is the Åland Islands. Okay. There is no refutation of the Scandinavian. That's a question. When will I produce a video on the Ruy Lopez, my e4, e5 repertoire? That will be a while, I guess. I have to complete the Italian game first. What's the main theoretical line of the Queen d8 Scandinavian? I don't know. I'm sorry, guys. My knowledge of the Scandinavian is like about 0. So I went for this old Indian setup here. And white is going for a double fianchetto. Very solid setup here for white. Maybe I should have played e4. Interesting. Yeah, well, a6 was kind of a waiting move. Yeah, I wondered if e4 is a move here, or is that bad? Let's see. No. About the book project. I'm doing something, but I'll be doing something, but I'm not entirely sure. It's very likely going to be for white. Yeah, it will be some kind of wide repertoire. And it's not clear if it will be a book at all. It also might be something that will be released as web content. I'm not quite sure. I'm going to do something, but it's not yet clear. Yes, I also considered to do something on the Sicilian Termanov, but I wonder if maybe a white book is interesting. Also, yeah, there are some areas of wide repertoires that are not really done so much in opening theory, and I'm thinking about a couple of there. Something with d4, something with knight f3 maybe also. A knight f3 based repertoire, for example, could be interesting. So we have an interesting position here. I've got this pawn on e4. That's good. Gives me some space. No, it won't be a chess-based DVD. Definitely not. I will only release something like that on my own account. The Italian game video, sure. It won't be very long. I mean, I'm on and off working on this a little bit, seeing what I recommend. I'm kind of curious what my opponent is doing here. He's simply not moving at all. I mean, I like my position, but why is he not moving? It's difficult for white. If he goes b4, then the c4 pawn is weakened. Yeah, I'm going rook. Can also tear. Well, if I take knight d4 gets interesting. Yeah. Yeah, knight to d4. Okay. So maybe just retake with the pawn. So so there's a question about my Nimzo Bogo book, if I have a recommendation against one knight f3 and two c4. Yeah, it's difficult to get a Nimzo Bogo there. It's not a universal weapon. However, there's an interesting thing that you can try. Knight f3, knight f6, c4, we go to knight c6. That's an interesting idea. If white goes d4, you go e6, and then you very likely transpose to something that could come out of the repertoire, the Nimzo Inding Zurich variation, for example, is something that can easily happen. There are some interesting ideas. Also, you can go e5 if white is not going d4. It's not a bad idea at all. Okay, I'm not quite sure what I should do here. Yeah, maybe just knight e5. Not quite clear. Yeah, it's going to take it. I think I'm just going to claim that I'm in good shape with the bishop pair, even though this isn't entirely clear. So what am I doing here? I'm covering this stuff. I was wondering if I can go h4, g4 and then sacrifice a piece. Knight d7, he will take d6, unfortunately. That was something that I also had planned. Okay, let's do it like this. Bishop to e5 and knight to g5 maybe. Yeah, that knight c6 idea against knight f3 c4 is interesting. Nobody plays that, but I don't know why. I don't think it has any drawback. I've played it in tournament chess already one or I think two times with good results. So what happens here? Knight g5 or I don't know. Knight g5 or knight f3 or something. Got some pieces there. Okay, so he allows me to do that. Let's get going. I mean, he doesn't have to take, but knight takes h4 is something that he has to take into account. Okay, now the rook hangs. I can take now. He has no good way to recapture. Yeah, I'm winning this game. Funny. Yeah, shout out to Christoph, not me, but Jorginho's brother. Hey. Okay, playing Drain You, Suneberg Hansen. Or Suneberg Hansen. Suneberg Hansen sounds kind of wrong. Wow, he's really high rated at the moment. He's always highly ranked in 5 minute, but 2.544, 2.545 is really high. So we get some semi-Slav kind of position. H6. Okay. I could have taken, but probably that is not really doing that much either. So this line is considered to be very solid for black. He's going light bishop b7, knight d7, and quick c5 if possible. I have played this in tournament chess and I've went a4 in that game. I'm not sure if this is right, but I'm going to play it again. Trying to provoke some a6 move. a6, I go knight d2. Now he's taking some time. It looks very normal though, a6. Maybe rook c8. Yeah, okay, he went a6. Okay, queen to b6. So c5 probably coming, but it's not so easy to play. I mean, b5 is kind of weakish. Yeah, okay, I'm going to take here. Trade. And now I'm going to take on c5 or not. I wonder, is c4 a move that... No, not really. And he cannot take, so I can castle first. Taking looks wrong. Yeah, he has to play this move. And now, is there something that I can do here? If I take... And wait, if he takes with the piece, I have b4 maybe. For queen c8. What was the highest rated opponent in ICC with the CE account apart Caruana? Nakamura, I guess. And my highest rated opponent over the board was at the time of playing probably Yuri Krivorushko, at the time 2670 or something, which I drew. It was a good game, good draw. So what about this? If I take on f6 here, he has to take with not quite sure. That's interesting. b4 is possible for queen c8. I wonder if bishop f6 first is helping me. There's also the simple move queen to b3. I'm not sure about it. Okay, I'm going b4. I've never played Grishuk on the ICC, I think. So here, I'm not sure. I don't think there's much anything better than taking and then bishop b5. No, I've not seen Pawn Sacrifice, and from what I read, I don't know, they changed some of the things that happened in the match, and I find this kind of wrong. Bishop g3, g4, knight e5. Yes, he cannot take on d2. So knight c4, or maybe rook b1. Yeah. Yeah, someone says that John Bartholomew recently in a video did the ELO test, that ELO meter or something like that. Yeah, that's funny. I think yeah, there's nothing to dramatize in the match. It was dramatic as it was. So you don't need to change something that already was interesting. Can I play blindfold chess? Yes, I don't do it, but of course. Yeah, the ELO meter test. I was thinking about it, but I didn't want to just blindly copy something that someone else did. Wanted to check this out first. I saw that he did it, but did not yet think about it if it is something that I would want to do. Knight g4, just back, I guess. Or is knight takes g4 an idea? Can also play bishop d4. Or knight b3 here. And knight b3, bishop e3 might be possible. Okay, I'm going here. Yeah, the Black Knight's Tango isn't played often, but it's not that bad. It is fairly okay. I've played it quite a bit in the past, and I cannot really say that there's something particularly wrong with it. So let's go here. Yeah, the IQP is not nice, but it's not really a big issue, I think. I can also take. My king position is more of a problem. Yeah, I hope I get to the king in the center. 30 seconds, that's not good. That's the biggest issue, actually. Not the position, I believe. Ah, okay. That's no good. Yeah, that's bad. King c3. I didn't play that well. I think it's still a draw, but he will win on time, and that position is a draw, I think. It's a fortress. But he's so much ahead on the clock. Maybe he can somehow outmaneuver me here. Some kind of Zugzwang. That's actually not a bad spot for the bishop. Yeah, it's a draw, but not with this time. Yeah. Yeah, okay. I was just too slow. So, if Suneberg Hansen played in a tournament with Lars Bo Hansen, Eric Hansen, and the members of the boy band Hansen, who would win? Yeah, probably the boy band, if they play their annoying bop music. Terrible. Terrible. Yeah. Yeah, there's also Carlsen Hansen, and probably there's someone called Ost Hansen and a couple of Hansens. It's a difficult one, actually. I think between Suneberg Hansen, Lars Bo Hansen, Eric Hansen, there is not a big difference in rating. Hard to say, really. You also shouldn't forget Kurt Hansen. He also was very strong. Yeah, now it got mentioned. I really don't know who would win that. I think it's a close call. It's a very close call. So, playing Maro Angus and Gus Hansen. Yeah, Gus would probably be very cool about it. So, we have the Scotch opening. I've played this guy in some games recently. I don't think we had the Scotch on the board. Knight f5 here. I think I go d6. There's a question. Do I think that I have a chance against Eric Hansen in Bullet? No. Simple answer is no. He's just too good. I think with if I would really practice very, very hard, it could maybe get some kind of match out of it, so that he's not winning like all games. But it's really something that wow, really? Okay. Thank you very much. I'll take the structure. So maybe bishop here. Very weird. Under normal circumstances, I'm losing against Eric Hansen in bullet, like, I don't know. With what? Yeah. How many points would I get? 1 out of 10, maybe? Something like that. Definitely not more, not much more. Knight to f3. Yeah, interesting. I was thinking about this. I think I'm going to, if I could take, taking is not as bad as it looks maybe, but knight to c5 is also interesting. His queen really has very little squares. Whoa, okay. Where are you going with your queen, Mr. Mare Anguis? I'm going to win stuff here. Gf, knight c4. That was a bad game. Winning d2. Let's get going for the next game. If short is taller than Tal and Tal is shorter than short, who is schlechter than schlechter? Yeah, that's a funny thing. Yeah, Karl Schlechter, the World Championship challenger in the match against Lasker in the when was that? 20s? No, earlier, right? Yeah, 10, 15, something. Yeah, Schlechter is actually the German name for worse. And it's a pretty bad name for a chess player, yeah. Pretty bad name for a chess player. What I would say, however, there are worse names for chess players. In Germany here, not too far away from my place, there's a player with the last name of Patzer. That's a funny name. A question: what do I think about Nakamura? Here, Aichi says, it seems to me that he improved a lot during the last year or two. Yes, I agree. I think he matured, really, if I'm pronouncing that somewhat correctly. It's clearly it's clear and obvious that he's now a much more well-rounded player than he was a couple of years ago. Yeah, we see all kinds of games, not just like heavy tactics or whatever. It's a good mix. Schlechter versus Lasker was 1910. Yeah, Nakamura really, I think he really improved. I mean, and it's not something that is just a matter of rating points. I mean, like being complete as a player. What? Knight h4, that's kind of weird. What is your idea, little Plotkin? Really? So if I go knight d4, how do you keep that pawn? With h5? Don't give me that. With a g4, I mean. Okay. Okay, I'm going for direct attack here. This is not going to work here. I don't think so. How to do this though? I can go knight f5, but that doesn't really help that much. It's playable though. Or grab that rook. I think I'm going to take the rook. Really not clear though. There's a question: do I dream about chess, like certain chess positions? No, that really never happened to me. I mean, there was a question like that on on Reddit recently, and one of the signs that you are a complete chess nut is supposed to be that you dream about chess, and I really consider myself one of a chess nut, but I don't dream about chess. Never happened. Yeah, there's some artifact on the broadcast here near me and the webcam. Yeah, if a four-board match was held with teams defined by first letter of last name, could anyone beat the case? No. I don't think so. With Kasparov, Karpov, Korchnoi, Keres. Nah, I think K is pretty much impossible to stop there. Okie dokie. This is... what is he doing here? Rook e1. That's a funky move. Yeah, I guess I have to castle. Yeah, the team of K's is very strong. I don't really see anybody compete with that. So, let's see. How to do that? Maybe e4. I need to open this position. Let's go e4. I have to open up the position while his queen is sitting there. Oh, he's got bishop c3 here. I didn't see bishop c3. Maybe this one. Yeah, Mike Kummer. Yeah, could be the team captain of the case. Kind of the court jester for all the greats. I'm not sure if that would end up well. I think Mike Kummer in the same room with Viktor Korchnoi would lead to the quick demise of Mr. Kummer. Yeah, the C's would be pretty good, yeah. Carlsen, Capablanca, Caruana sounds pretty strong. Well, not me. Okay, what to do now? Bishop c3. Yeah, I probably have to, and then take g5. Yeah, I don't really think... yeah, maybe I'm okay here, but... maybe I am actually okay. I will take f5 next. And then all kinds of things are hanging. Rook is hanging and queen f2 is in the mix. So rook e8 check is a threat. Yes, rook e8 check at the end. Okay, let's do this for bishop f2. I think he can go rook e8. Yeah, there's a question about chess engines. Do they destroy chess? Yeah, I don't think we can speak about destroying chess. They definitely do change the game and have changed the game already a lot, at least on the top level. But there are also many advantages. You get closer to the truth in some positions. This is certainly interesting from a scientific point of view, even though quite often this has very little practical relevance. Okay, I'm going rook e8. How many pawns do I have here? Actually, 2 pawns. It's not so great, actually. Queen g7. Yeah. Little Plotkin. Yeah, the thing is I cannot take a2 really, because queen f6 seems crushing. Okay. Okay. So let's see if we can win this endgame. Bishop b3 check. I blundered bishop b3 check. Ah, very stupid. I don't think he could have won that otherwise. I don't believe it. That was a very unnecessary loss. Okay, anyway. Yeah, there's much debate in the chat about top teams with starting letters. Top players with N. Yeah, the M team is good. Morphy, Morosevic, Marshall, Marozzi. It's a fun couple of nutcases, drunkards. That's fun. And the question, can I even play blindfold chess? Yeah, of course. I mean, every somewhat decent player can play blindfold. It's not very difficult, really. But it's something that I never practiced or so. I probably also can do small blindfold simul, like 3 or 4 boards. I think I could do, but again, nothing that I ever tried to do. So we got the Semish, huh? The P team: Philidor, Petrosian, Polugayevsky, Pillsbury. Yeah, feels okay. I really didn't put much thought into it. If there are any other... There's a question by Igniting Ideas. Which player strength do you consider to be good? I'm not sure. Good is a tough definition, really. It's tough to say what is good. There are some differences, really. There are players around with that rating level that you mentioned of around 2000 that are really quite decent. They have a good chess culture. They know things about the game and have a reasonable practical strength. But there are also people with 2000 rating that rely a lot on a certain part of their game, like they're very good at tactics or very good at openings and so on, but they're not very well rounded, and it's really a mixed bag. I know people with 2000 rating who are really very, very decent, and also some who are very, very much like those one-trick ponies that I mentioned. How serious is the hedgehog? Who is the weak point in the hedgehog? There's no particular the hedgehog is a good opening. There is no particular or a setup. The hedgehog is not an opening per se. F6. How do I get a mating attack here? I really want to. It feels like I should get a mating attack. F4, maybe just F4, and work out the rest later. Queen D4, no, that seems wrong. I wonder if E5 is something. E5, Knight D3. Can we do something here? Or just normal moves? Maybe just go normal moves. Yeah, there's a huge range of people, or a wide variety of people in the 2000 range. They have all kinds of deficits in their game. In some cases, it is just nerves. I've seen that. People who really know about chess and can be really decent, for example, in analysis, if you look at games with them, but they do stupid things over the board, just make weird practical decisions, or they forget things that they should know because they looked at them. A good memory, for example, is also a very important skill. There are really, really good players who have a terrible memory, so they study an opening, then they sit at the board and they blank out. Yeah, that can also happen. So I really consider people to be very decent at chess if they are able to analyze a position and know a little bit about the game, maybe chess history, things like that. But it can happen that those people really have big problems with other areas. They cannot really memorize their openings, or they have other problems. I'm trying for the very simple bishop takes f6. And he doesn't really do anything against it. So bishop f6. Or f5 maybe also. If I go bishop f6, probably he will go queen g4. But I can take even more stuff now. It's already pretty much in terms of material taken. So rook takes for rook g3 maybe. Oh, I didn't even see that this was hanging. How stupid can you be? I absolutely did not see that this was hanging. Phew, that makes the whole thing tricky. F4 is also hanging. Shoot. Out for rook g7. Maybe you can just take on on d5 here. I had a really nice position. How did I screw it up? So check here, probably. He's got rook e1 check, and this is actually mate, so I have to play one pawn. So I can check now on here. So a draw or not? Probably a draw. Or can I do this? Let's try. That's actually interesting. Here. Knight f6 check, king f7. Bishop h8 check. It's a very funny, almost perpetual. Okay, I can check there. King f7, rook f8 check, king e7, f6 check, check there, takes f7 and touchdown. Is that winning? I don't know. Is that winning or not? Oh, he can go there. I didn't see that one. I only saw king d6 for some reason. Not good. Are you threatening mate, actually? Threatening mate. Okay. Could I have taken the bishop? Someone says I could have taken the bishop. It's very likely, actually. But what about this now? I'm forking stuff here as well. I don't know what's going on here. That's a very weird position. I take d5 next. Maybe just move the rook. Okay, let's check. Have to take it. Let's go up. So what about those pawns there? It's down to 1 second here. Yeah, I have one on time. That was a bad game. There's a question. There was a question if we should add PGN files in the description of the YouTube videos. I think I thought about this, and it is an idea if you only upload like 1 game a week, but if you upload 3 per day, it's a real hassle to copy it all in there. So I don't know. I'm not a fan. There's a question by Flaneur. In his opinion, Carlsen has the most boring style of play of any world champion since Myslov, including Petrosian and Karpov. Do I agree? Well, it depends a little bit. How do you define boring? I think it's not far from the truth. I mean, if you really make a list there and list all the players in terms of excitement factor, the others are probably a little bit more exciting in comparison. However, it's also a little bit, I think, the sign of the times. Nowadays, it's very difficult to play really exciting chess, because the current level of theoretical preparation is much higher, and they nowadays simply avoid a couple of a couple of opening lines that were very much en vogue in the past. If you look at, for example, if you look at Tal, yeah, he had tons of great attacking games, but it was also due to the fact that back then people actually played lines in the Sicilian that are pretty much extinct nowadays, yeah, like the classical Sicilian and so on. If you play those lines against Carlsen, let's say, he would also get attacking games going, because the opponents, if they would play as crappy as Tal's opponents would have played, then he also would attack. So it's simply a bit more difficult, I think, nowadays to be exciting in a way. At least if you compare it to the times of Tal, for example. So I think it's not. If you make this comparison, I think Carlsen's games are, relatively speaking, not very flashy. Yeah, let's call it flashy. I like to study them, and I find it very interesting what he's doing, because it's very far away from what I'm good at. I'm not really good at those slowish maneuvering. Yeah, and in the end game, I don't know. It's very interesting for me sometimes to see how he manages to get wins out of those nothing positions. But it's not very spectacular. Yeah, this is definitely true. I don't like this boring and so on, this kind of category. But I think in terms of excitement, it's not far off. The games are often dry, but it's the time. It's the time of the. It's a sign of the times a little bit. If you have openings like the Berlin and so on, yeah, it's a bit difficult sometimes to play a sparkling chess. Yeah, speaking about sparkling chess, this is not a very exciting game that I have here. So, am I going back to d6 now? Yeah, not great, this position. Yeah, Carlsen didn't have a great year, but I think everybody's entitled to. We also feel that it wasn't great, because what we have seen before was simply out of this world good. Yeah, I mean, his consistency was really yeah, out of this world. Yeah, always playing 3000 level performances and so on, and this is something that is impossible to keep up for a very long time. He's going back with this bishop. That's kind of surprising. Okay. Am I not rounding up this pawn there on d6 now? I'm not quite sure if he played this right. Cannot check there, and rook c4 also is not really great. Ah yeah, he tries to go to d5. Okay. Coming from the back. I think I can do that. Yeah, he didn't have a really great year for his standards, but it's a matter. I think it's not a bad thing that he has his ups and downs, and I think it will be very helpful for him to get some good competition. So, Akibael, what are you doing here? Can I now try to get to the pawn there on a3? Check. Okay. It's an annoying move, really. Can I go for some mating attack? G5, H5? H5, G5, G4. Maybe this one. I'm not sure about it. Yeah, he had some strange moments this year, definitely. Trying to keep those pawns. I thought he should take them. Should have taken that the G pawn. Is there any way to play for a mating attack here? I always try that if possible. Maybe this for some kind of G4 business. Some tricks going on here. If I advance, King f4 maybe. King f4 is cool. That threatens checkmate. Yep. Fg4 mate. And if he takes a g4 will be mate. Is that a forced mate? That would be cool. Rook f6 maybe. Maybe he can go rook f6 here in this position. Only move. I don't have a great reply here, funny enough. Maybe I should draw here. Yeah, I don't see a win. I don't see a win. Okay, now playing taxi with white. So, taxi. Who is that actually? We have a name in there? Nope. Okay, let's play the Makagonov. Will there be a non-ICC stream this week? I'm wondering. I'm not quite sure. Maybe I will do something tomorrow. I'm trying to remember if I have got something to do tomorrow evening. The question, how much taxes do you get back? I don't know. I don't think I get anything back. I rather have to pay stuff, I think. So, bishop d7. Am I going for h4? I think I am. I wonder if he can go f5. I'm not sure about it. Yeah, h5 is an annoying resource. Let's see what he's going to do. There's a question, why don't you play the same few openings every game? Yeah, I want to get some variety in, so that it's not the same openings every game. There's a question, how much of a sentence they give in Germany for avoiding taxes payment. It's yeah, I don't know how harsh it is compared to other countries. I think our laws there are like average, nothing especially harsh. Okay, taxi here went g5. The question is if h6 is a move or not. Going for the h file, or if I should just take this Petrosian clamp and be happy about it. I think I'll just take the clamp and be happy. I mean, black is in a very bad situation on the king side, so I'm just happy with that. Yeah, for tax fraud, we had a very celebrity case with the manager of the German football club Bayern Munich, the president actually, and he actually is doing jail time now. So I think that was a good thing to see, that they really get heavily punished for avoiding tax fees. Nicely played here by Taxi, getting the bishop over there to b6. Yeah, now black is all right. Yeah, a4 wasn't ideal, but I didn't see how to avoid any b5 stuff. Somehow his clock is not running. Now it is running. That's weird. That's a question. What is my opinion about learning chess by playing fast time control games? I think blitz chess can support an already good player with learning openings and practicing things like that, but I don't think it is a great general tool to learn chess. There are certainly better ways to do it. I have to check, maybe tomorrow or so, but cannot tell. So Yeah, it's a thing with those streams. They're really, I mean, if you work chess all day, it sounds nice, and it is nice to do. Then actually doing chess all evenings, all of the time, with streams and things like that, it is you really, yeah, you want to do it and have fun and be entertaining. And if you really don't feel like doing it, it's not such a great idea sometimes. So I rather want to do it when I really feel like doing it, and not because I get, or not just because I get many requests for it. Oh, come on! Why are you even allowed in that bloody pool? You have a, you need, people need to have they need some requirement for lag, and this guy is really lagging far too much. Yeah, playing bullet doesn't help your chess at all. There's a question about that. It doesn't really help at all. Yeah, good evening to Zurich. What do you think about Vincent Keimer? Yeah, I've got that question before, the German talent. Yeah, this guy is kind of disconnected here. I hope it's not me. He spent a long time, and I have also got some time deducted. I haven't really looked at Keimer's games, but he's supposed to be really good. Kasparov also said he liked his games. Any treatment suggestion for bullet addiction? No. No, not really. Just avoid it. I mean, no, I mean, you can play some bullet. It's not like it's, yeah, but don't overdo it. This sucks here. Why? What is this? This guy has no connection or what? 10-minute chess is not so bad. There's a question what my favorite food is. Okay. I think a Peking duck from Beijing, this Chinese food. Really like duck. Yeah, I think our best talent in Germany is that Vincent Keimer kid. Correspondence chess is good for improving, but mostly nowadays it's about computers. Yeah, he lost due to disconnection here. Okay, I'm going to play one more game here. Correspondence chess really was a great tool like 20 years ago for analyzing and so on, but nowadays if you don't use computers you will lose all games basically, and this is also no fun. Okay, Stupkia asks, do you think that you can achieve the GM title? Can in terms of ability, yes. Will it happen? No, I don't actively pursue this because it is a matter of spending time. If I spend time on becoming a grandmaster, it frankly speaking, it just costs money, which I don't have. And if you yeah, I mean, I have to earn money and I like to teach, so I'm doing teaching. It's totally okay. So, Vegeta, he's going for some kind of Benko gambit. Yeah, I'm going to take here. Yeah, this is a typical kind of position where Black is not having enough compensation, but it is messy enough to be playable in blitz chess, I guess. Yeah, unfortunately needed 2 moves for the bishop, but what can you do? Get to castle at one point. So if I go to e2, probably he will go, no, rook e8 is not possible, so let's go to e2. And that's a question. If I know the book from by David Bronstein, Zurich 1953. Yeah, of course, everybody, almost everybody knows that book who studied chess a little bit seriously. And it's very nice. Bronstein did very nice comments on the games. And like years ago, I also looked through all the games with the commentary, like long ago, 25 years or so. It was one of the books that I got when I started out with chess. So I'm going to take, maybe rook d1 first. Yeah, cheating with computers is pointless, but tell that to the people who do it. Yeah, I think I should have taken on e5. The other line was much better than this now. Now black is back in the game. And it shouldn't have happened. That was a really bad position for black. Yeah, I really don't see the point of correspondence chess nowadays. I don't see it. Here's a question. If I like Ben Feingold. Feingold, terrible. No, I think he's quite okay. I think he's a very decent player, of course. And also okay in the commentary. Or if he does lectures or so. I mean, he has his brand of humor that is not everybody's cup of tea, and I understand. I mean, I understand if people say, oh, well, the same jokes all over again and so on, and I kind of agree. It's sometimes a bit, but he's usually giving good information about the games, and normally I also agree with his assessments, which is not the case all of the time. There are also chess commentators that I quite often disagree with. There's a question, if I know the book Die Großmeister des Schach von Harold Schönberg. To be honest, probably not. Is that a good move? I don't know. Let's go. I don't have much time. I actually have much time. Yeah, I was thinking if he takes, pawn takes, and next move queen c4 would be a big threat with the discovery and knight b6. Not quite sure what black's defense is here. I'm going queen c4 next no matter what. For the discovery and c8. That should win, actually. Knight b6 and so on. I don't see how he defends it. Yes, there was also king h8. There's knight b6. Yeah, I also was surprised that black resigned. I also was surprised that Carlsen trained with Aronian. I mean, it just was just interesting to hear. Surprised, maybe wrong word. I know that they're on good terms, and if you are on good terms, why not train together? There are a couple of examples of that in chess history. I mean, in the 1995 World Championship match, Kasparov played against Arnold. His second was Kramnik. And it was, by the time, it was pretty clear that Kramnik would at one point have a match against Kasparov. and happened 5 years later, which Kramnik won. So Kasparov actually, invited his potential successor to his training camp, and there have been cases of that in the past. So this was the stream, a little bit earlier started, but time went by very, very quickly. I hope that you enjoyed it. Also, greetings to Maximilian or Maxamilli12. Nakamura would play c8. Yeah, that's also a good move. Yeah, you're right. c8, nice one. would have worked as well. Okay, I hope you enjoyed the stream. I'm not sure if I'm doing another one later this week. Kind of busy at the moment with many things. Okay, guys, thanks for watching.